Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney currently leading the pack. He has got well over 0.2 of a second on Craig Gullickson in car number 56 here, as we are almost wrapped up with qualifying here. They get a 3-minute session to take 2 laps of time, and we are just about 30 seconds away from the end of time trials here. Once time trials are over, we will advance on to our heat races. All of our heat races tonight will come to you. There will be 8 laps in distance. And then we will have a warm-up session, a consolation race if needed, followed by tonight's 30-lap A main. So 10 seconds left here on the time trials. Guys getting their last second laps in here. But it appears that quick time qualifier of the night tonight for the Grit Racing Series UMP Modifieds with a time of 20.039 seconds is Keith Hackney. Congratulations to Keith Hackney, tonight's quick time qualifier of the night. And that'll bring us to heat race number 1, as they will start getting gridded up here on the pit road, and they'll be pulling out onto the racetrack here momentarily. Let's go ahead and give you the lineup for tonight's first heat race. Starting on the pole in car number 28, that is Charles Silvas. Charles Silvas in car number 28, to his outside in the double deuce, that is JD Sassy. Row number 2 to the inside, aboard car number 25. Guy that you got to keep your eyes on every time we come here to the Knoxville Raceway with the UMP Modifieds, Jarrett Murphy, aboard car number 25. To his outside, our quick time qualifier of the night, Keith Hackney, aboard the double nickel 55. He will start 4th, as we have an invert of 4 for the lineup for heat races. Row number 3 to the inside, aboard car number 31. That is Hunter Wright. Hunter Wright in the 31 to his outside. In car number 06, that is Matthew Everts. And your final row on the inside, aboard car number 23, that is Todd Hook. Todd Hook aboard car number 23, and starting his outside in the car number 26, that is Carl Young. Carl Young in car number 26. 8 cars, 8 laps the distance, and it appears that 4 cars will automatically go into tonight's feature event. We're glad you've joined us here on Hammer Down TV's coverage of the Grit Racing Series UMP Modifieds. Also brought to you by Excalibur Race Engines here tonight, as well as Turn 5 Media. Tell you a little bit about the Grit Racing Series. They are a great group of folks that have an awesome portfolio of series races, as one of the cars kicks out the green cone right off the entrance of the racetrack here. So we'll have a safety worker stop out there in turn number 1, get that green cone put back where it belongs. But cars pacing the field here. They'll come by this time to get the white flag, and we'll go green flag racing next time by. Let's tell you a little bit about the Grit Racing Series. Again, they've got a great portfolio of racing series on dirt up here in the Northeast. If you're not from this area, you may not have heard of the Grit Racing Series before. They've got a great website. You can learn all about them. It's GritRacingSeries.com. Of course, they're great sponsors there of Super Gem products and Champion Power equipment. So check them out, GritRacingSeries.com. They've got a couple divisions of Dirt Crate Sportsman. Those are Northeast Dirt Modifieds powered by GM 602 Crate Sportsman engines. They also have a Dirt Street Stock series, the Fight Night Street Stock series, and that's a very, very competitive series up here in the Northeast. And they also have an IMCA modified style modified tour now, the Now series. But we're ready to go racing with the Hammer Down Racing League. Green flag is out for the first time here tonight. We are racing into turn number 1. Through turns 1 and 2 they go. Everybody sorting themselves out as they work down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Your leader is Charles Silvas. Oh, God, he got some contact. A little kick in the keister. And now your second place car into the fence and spun around. We'll see if he can keep going or if that's going to draw yellow. We do have yellow flags now, I believe, still in the UMP series. Now that I say that, I'm going to have to go back and check on that. We have one car up into the fence here, but we continue on. We continue racing. Keith Hackney has moved his way from fourth up to the lead, and now the battle is on as we're 3 wide for a moment there off of turn number 2. They're still 3 wide into turn 3. Battle raging on here for position number 2. And it is a good one between Silvis, Hunter Wright, and Jarrett Murphy. They are 3 wide into turn number 3 as it's the 28 of Silvis working the outside lane. The 25 of Murphy running right through the middle, and now he'll drop down to the inside. Murphy blinking a little bit there through turns 3 and 4. And look at them again, they're 3 wide off of turn 4. Silvis up to the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Silvis will take a car link here on Murphy into turn number 3. But Murphy trying to angle himself down and diamond himself off the corner. Couldn't quite make it that work that time, but he's up to the door. Looking for the slide job into turn 1 and it'll pay off. He made contact with the front end of the 28 of Silvis. And now Silvis has dropped back to position number 5. And that is not good for him, as he's got another slide job attempt on him in turn number 4. Silvis is into the fence and in trouble. So Silvis goes from 2nd now back to 6th. What a tough break there for him, as he was running up front there and competing for one of those top 4 qualifying spots. White flag in the air this time by, and it's all Keith Hackney. There's been no doubt about that, but we've got a battle now between Hunter Wright and Jarrett Murphy for position number 2. Both cars will be qualified. The question is, who will start wearing the feature? Here comes Hunter down to the inside line. Couldn't make it work. Didn't have enough time to pull the slide job. Hackney will get the win. Murphy will be 2nd. Hunter right in there for 3rd. And Todd Hook, who ran outside of the top 4, jumps up to position number 4 to get himself qualified into tonight's A-Main. The rest of your field was Carl Young in the 26, Charles Silvis the 28, Matthew Everett in the 06, and J.D. Sassy in the 22. So first heat race of the night was a good one. And that'll bring us up to heat race number 2. Going away from the pole here in heat race number 2 in car number 16, that is Daniel Mabry. Daniel Mabry in car number 16 to his outside. In the 129, it's Curtis. Don't hassle the up-hop. Up-hop in car number 129. Row 2 to the inside will be the 01 of Kyle Voringer. Kyle Voringer in car number 01. He qualified tonight with a time of 20.419 seconds. Into his outside, your top qualifier for this heat race. In car number 56, it is Craig Gullickson. Craig Gullickson, your 2nd fast qualifier here in time trials this evening. Row 3 to the inside, aboard car number 420, the 420 of Eric Elmore. His outside in the 98, that is Nathan Puckett. And your final row, aboard car number 331, that is Dustin Hall. Dustin Hall in the 331, to his outside is slated to be Logan Rourke in car number 17. Rourke, however, did not make an attempt in qualifying, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it out here for the heat race or not. So it'll be 7 cars, 8 laps the distance. 4 will go to tonight's A-Main. Mabry, Uphoff, Voringer, Gullickson, Elmore, Puckett, and Dustin Hall. Chevy Performance Pace Truck ready to pull off of turn number 4. And we are just about ready to go green flag racing. Pace Truck now pulls off of the speedway, and we are racing off turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. And it's going to be Mabry taking the lead, but Voringer doing his best to try and climb up on that inside berm, trying to get a bite down on the inside. Uphoff going to follow your leader through the top lane here off of turn number 4. Everybody fighting for the outside lane, and I'll tell you, something that we need to think about here is this racetrack started off tonight right from practice in a very, very dry, slick condition. Oh, we got contact in turn number 3. Your fourth and fifth place cars make contact, one car heavy into the wall. And that's going to knock out 2 of those guys that were battling for the final transfer spot as they make contact into turn number 3. We stay green. That moves Dustin Hall up into the 4th, but boy, almost lost it in turn 3. I'm telling you, this racetrack is slick to start tonight. I don't think you'll have any UMP drivers saying the track was too tacky tonight. No siree. Dustin Hall doing yeoman's work, trying to keep the Nathan Puckett 98 behind him, but it's not going to work. Or excuse me, the 56 of Craig Gullickson now. Gullickson is up there, and he is, oh, made a big move off of turn 2. Apologies, folks. Everything kind of locked up on us here in the Turn 5 Media Studios, but I think we're back with you here. Bringing you coverage of heat race number 2. We've got 2 laps to go, and that outside lane in turns 1 and 2 is really giving a nice shine up on that outside groove. And while we were watching the battle for the final transfer spot, boy, look at the battle up here for the lead. As you've got 1, 2, and 3, nose to tail, off of turn number 2. Battling for the lead here in heat race number 2. Uphoff taking it down to the inside. But boy, I don't know if that's going to work for him, as Mabry in the 16 able to keep his momentum up on the high side. But that high side is getting awfully slick. As the checkered flag comes out, Mabry's going to be able to hold on to the win. Uphoff in there for second. Kyle Boringer third. Finishing in the 4th spot and taking the final transfer spot to tonight's A main is Craig Gullickson. That'll bring us up to heat race number 3. Here's how they will go. Starting on the pole in car number 96 is Tyler Hargrove. Tyler Hargrove in car number 96. He qualified tonight with a time of 20.554. To his outside in the 69, that is Dylan Petty. Dylan Petty in the 69. He timed in with a time of 20.495. Row 2 to the inside aboard car number 24, that is Mike Crown. Mike Crown in car number 24. He timed in tonight with a time of 20.445. To his outside, in the 69, that is Corey Whitworth. Corey Whitworth in the 69. He timed in tonight with a time of 20.318 seconds. And your final row, row number 3 will be the 118 of Bryson Daffern. Bryson Daffern, who had a hell of a run last night in the Street Stock Series. He took the Heat Winners Challenge, started at the back of the pack for the feature, and got $1 per position as he worked his way up through the field. Starting to his outside in car number 27 is Tim Christensen. And starting 7th, your final car here on the starting grid in car number 34, that is Colton Collins. CC will go away from position number 7. So 7 cars, 8 laps the distance here for heat race number 3, our final heat race of the night. Chevy Performance Pace Truck ready to pull off of the speedway. Looks like we've only got 6 cars that have made the call here for the heat race. And we're underway. Heat race number 3 ready to roll here for 8 laps as they work through turns 1 and 2. And this is probably going to be the most interesting heat race of the night, as the track has gotten very, very slick here after those first 2 heat races, and that is going to set up for an incredible A-Main tonight. And we hope you stick around for that. Our A-Main tonight, 30 laps in distance here for the Grit Racing Series UMP Modifieds. They are going to work for that final transfer spot. Mike Crown and Bryson Daffern going at it here for the final spot. Position number 4. Dylan Petty has worked his way up to 3rd in that 069. And now we've got a battle down the back straightaway for the final transfer spot. Daffern and Crown made a little contact there on the back straightaway. They're battling through turns 3 and 4. It's still Crown with the position. But Daffern with a big slider into turn number 1, and he will take the spot as Crown tried to turn it back down for the crossover. And now Crown will try the slider in turn 4, but Daffern is there. Bryson Daffern will take the spot. He's got your final transfer spot here with just 4 laps to go. Cross flags in the air, halfway in, halfway home here from the Knoxville Raceway. Excalibur Racing Engines and the Grit Racing Series bringing you coverage tonight on Hammerdown TV of the Grit Racing Series UMP Modifieds here with the Hammerdown iRacing League. HDIRL.com is the website. We've got all of the information listed for all of our series. If you're a competitor here on the iRacing Sim service, we have got a series for you. We've got a series for everybody, especially on the dirt tracks here. That is our specialty. And we're watching Corey Whitworth in the 69 down the back straightaway, and he has got a comfortable margin. Back to Dylan Petty, who's now moved up to the 2nd spot. Tyler Hargrove has fallen back to 3rd. And he's going to start falling into the clutches here as the white flag is in the air because Bryson Daffern is closing the gap. But watching down the back straightaway, your leader into turn number 3, Corey Whitworth aboard car number 69. We'll bring it off at turn number 4, and he will bring it to the stripe under the checkered flag. Your winner here of heat race number 3 is Corey Whitworth. Dylan Petty will bring the 069 home in 2nd. Tyler Hargrove will finish 3rd. Bryson Daffern 4th. Mark Crown, Colton Collins, Tim Christensen. Your 7 cars there in heat race number 3. That'll bring us to tonight's warm-up session, and we will not need a consolation as 23 cars registered to compete here tonight. We would normally take a full field of 24 cars, but right now on the racetrack will be the 2-minute warm-up session. One final opportunity for everybody to go out there and make a full fuel run, see if there's any adjustments they'd like to make to their race cars before we go racing in tonight's 30-lap A main. Again, want to thank the Grit Racing Series for sponsoring our Monday night UMP Modified Race League here with the Hammerdown iRacing League. Also want to send a big shout out to Excalibur Engines, as they are a great supporter here of the Hammerdown iRacing League as well. We welcome you to tonight's coverage on Hammerdown TV. Hammerdown TV and Turn 5 Media bringing you live broadcast coverage here of the Hammerdown iRacing League. My name is Steve Ovens. Happy to be with you here tonight. I am the voice of the Hammerdown iRacing League. I broadcast races here with my media company, Turn 5 Media, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays here with the Hammerdown iRacing League. I also do a little dirt tracking on the weekends as I announce and am the media director for Woodhull Raceway, located in the southern tier of New York, right just north of the border of New York and Pennsylvania. We're a little bit north of Mansfield, Pennsylvania, if you're familiar with the area. Got a great little 3rd-mile dirt track up here at Woodhull if you're in search of a little something different on a Saturday night. Stop up and see us. We always love to see new fans up at the dirt track, so stop up and see us. We got 360 sprint cars coming up this weekend at New York's toughest bull ring. But speaking of tough bull rings, well, Knoxville Raceway isn't exactly a bull ring, but we're about to see a tough race here as this racetrack has been dry slick right from the first car that hit the track tonight. The track state tonight started out at 62% in practice, and if you're not familiar with the Iracing service, let me tell you, that is like a sheet of ice as these guys get ready to go racing here for 30 laps. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineup. Starting on the pole tonight in car number 55, that is Keith Hackney. In car number 55 is outside the 16 of Daniel Mabry. Row 2 to the inside will be the 69 of Corey Whitworth. Is outside the 25 of Jarrett Murphy. Row number 3 will be Curtis Uphoff and Dylan Petty. Row number 4 will be Hunter Wright and Kyle Voringer. Row number 5 will be Tyler Hargrove and Todd Hook. Row number 6 will be the 56 of Craig Gullickson. Is outside the 118 of Bryson Dafford. Row number 7 will be Carl Young and Dustin Hall. Row 8 will be Mike Crown and Charles Silvis. Row 9 will be Eric Elmore and Colton Collins. Row 10, Matt Everts, Nathan Puckett. And your final starters for tonight, Tim Christensen, J.D. Sassy, Logan Rourke. Give them a wave as they make their way down the front straightaway here. White flag in the air. We will take the green flag next time by. Again, tonight, the Grit Racing Series UMP Modifieds here from the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, as they make their way past the National Sprint Car Museum off of turn number 2 here at the famed Iowa Knoxville Raceway. Pace truck getting ready to pull off the racetrack. As we always say, as they get ready to take the green flag, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to drop the hammer. Field making their way through turns 1 and 2. Had a little bit of a mix-up there in turn number 1. Mabry got the short end of the shaft there. He falls back from 2nd all the way back to 6th as he had some help there in turn number 1. Just a little bit of incidental contact, but that was all it took. As Corey Whitworth takes that 69 car up to position number 2 as we watch the battle for the lead. Down the back straightaway, Keith Hackney leading by a car length over Whitworth. And I'll tell you, Hackney got a little bit out of shape there, and he's going to have all he can deal with here with Corey Whitworth. Whitworth with a slider into turn 1. You've got a new race leader. But Hackney turns it back down the next straightaway. Off of turn 2, you again have a new race leader. Hackney through turns 3 and 4 will maintain the lead. Your third place car just got into the fence. Tried to knock turn 3 down. That was Jarrett Murphy in the 25. And folks, this track is tricky tonight. It is so slick out here. These guys are doing all sorts of pedaling with that right foot. It is not a hammer down track like our... Oh, Murphy in the fence one more time. He tried to slide from the bottom to the top of the track and about knocked the guardrail over. These guys only get 14 incident points out here, and Murphy is not going to be able to sustain that kind of line bouncing off the wall for this entire race. And with as slick as the racetrack is, I would not be surprised if we don't see some cars out here that run into problems with incident points tonight, just because these cars are hard enough to drive as it is. And then you throw out the fact that the track started at 62% tonight. But I will say that the previous races here with the UMPs, there's been a little bit of a rift out there in the driver corps that said the racetracks were a little too tacky. They were a little too locked down and hammered down to put on good racing here. And the Hammer Down iRacing League officials have responded in a big way. Your second place car got into the fence in turns 3 and 4 that last time by. Whitworth had trouble negotiating turns 3 and 4, and he has lost several car lengths now to your leader, and is now starting to fall into the clutches of Dylan Petty in the 069. Jarrett Murphy continues to run in position number 4. Hunter Wright started 7th. He's up to 5th. One of the big movers of the race here so far. Oh, as your second place car gets into the fence one more time. Petty will go by for second. And now here comes Murphy with a battle for third. Dylan Petty up to position number 2. And Jarrett Murphy pedaling his bike hard on the bottom, trying to make it work. As Whitworth having trouble negotiating turns 3 and 4. And boy, Murphy almost got the fence himself that time. These guys having a tough time trying to figure this racetrack out, as we are 10 laps on the board, 10 in and 20 to go. Everybody fighting for the outside lane. I don't think the inside is going to be the way to go. The only way the inside line is going to work for these guys tonight is if they've got a good run on the straightaway and they pull a slide job on corner entry. That's about the only way the bottom line is going to work here tonight. Everybody fighting for the outside. Your leader has checked out about a half a straightaway ahead of the second place car, but we've got a great battle going on here for second, third, and fourth. Second and third, nose to tail, and then a car length back to Jarrett Murphy, who rides in the 4th spot. Now Murphy will close in as Whitworth almost got it wrong there in turn 3. He got a little bit out of shape and gathers it back in. Now Murphy going to try and roll through the middle. He got a pretty good run that time, but he spins the tires just a touch. Oh, and you've got contact! Second and third! Contact into turn 3. Caution flag is out. And I can't believe that the caution had to do with that contact, because those guys made contact and they got straightened out pretty quick. So I gotta believe, and I can't tell, I apologize folks, I can't see for sure what the nature of the caution flag was, but I gotta imagine that it was not due to that contact. Something else must have happened on the racetrack, because those guys did make contact, but they got straightened back out. Unfortunately, the contact did happen before the caution, so the field was not frozen there. So here's the running order. Keith Hackney continues to lead here in car number 55. Second in the 069 is Dylan Petty. The 69 of Corey Whitworth in position number 3. Jarrett Murphy running in the 4th spot. And rounding out your top 5 right now is the 31 of Hunter Wright. Back underway here with just 14 laps remaining. Now make it 13 laps remaining as they click another lap off the Excalibur Engines lap leaderboard. Now we've got some action up front. Whitworth, oh boy, look at him there, almost 3 wide there. Murphy thought better of it in the 25. And now we've got a 4th car in on the action here, working his way around the outside. Here comes Hunter Wright. Hunter Wright in the 31, now up to 3rd. As the caution flag comes out here one more time. Yellows breed yellows here. And for the track conditions, I got to tell you, I was pretty impressed here that we got a lot of laps on the board tonight before the first caution flag of the night came out. Now we've got a quick caution here one more time. So working caution here with 23 laps on the board. We've got 7 to go. I believe we're going to come back to the green flag this time by. It should be a single file restart here, as we've had a couple of quick cautions here back to back. And it looks like the pace truck getting ready to clear off the speedway here, so we're going to have 6 laps to go when they take the green. Boy, Hackney fired at the same time Whitworth did. Whitworth did a heck of a job to time that restart and see if he can get underneath Keith Hackney for the win here tonight. Whitworth taken to the whip on the 69 car. Hackney, right up on the cushion in 3 and 4, almost into the fence. Hackney doing a heck of a job here, holding on to the lead, as now he's starting to gap Whitworth just a little bit. 2 car lengths the advantage. Now make it 2.5 as he gets to turn number 3. Hackney right up on that cushion. Whitworth up on the cushion. But Whitworth got a little bit sideways there off of turn 4. Now Whitworth having trouble fighting the tight race car in turn number 1. And now here comes Hunter Wright in the 31. Battle is on for position number 2. Whitworth big time into the fence. And he's going to collect Jarrett Murphy, Bryson Daffern, and others. We got a big mess in turn 4. Caution flag is back out, and they're still wrecking in turn 4. What a tough break there for Corey Whitworth, who had a great run going. As we have, this will be interesting. I see the cars are still trying to catch up to the pace truck here. But I think this one might come to a conclusion here. Keith Hackney up front here. And well, it'll depend on how Iracing scores it here. But I think this is how this one's going to finish under the caution here. Because they will come by this time, and that should do it. So Keith Hackney aboard car 55 is going to pick up the win here tonight. Hunter Wright will finish in the 2 spot. Dylan Petty will finish 3rd. Jarrett Murphy 4th. Todd Hook 5th. 6 through 10, Curtis Uphoff, Kyle Voringer, Craig Gullickson, Charles Silvis, and Tyler Hargrove. We will go on trackside and we'll talk to your top three here in Hammer Down Victory Lane.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Well, welcome back, race fans, here to Hammer Down TV's coverage of the Grit Racing Series UMP Modified Series for the Hammer Down Iracing League, brought to you by Turn 5 Media and Excalibur Engines. Let's go ahead and talk to your winner tonight, Keith Hackney, aboard car 55. Keith, that car was dominant off the truck tonight. Tell us about your run.
Yeah, man, it was just something else. Anywhere I wanted to put it, it was there. I mean, just like in the heat, I hated that JD and Chucky got together. I was wanting to race them good, but I got by them and just checked out. And man, same thing in the race. And it was just perfect. I couldn't ask for a better car, better set, and the track was just to my liking.
Yeah, tell us about the track, because boy, it started pretty slick right from practice tonight. Started at 62%. What were your thoughts on that tonight?
Oh, I love it. The slicker the track, the better, because, I mean, if it would have started even higher, that would have forced the outside line to come in early and then go away and then force everybody to go back to the bottom. So, I mean, me personally, I love a slick track, and, it was perfect.
It definitely separates the men from the boys, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, it does.
Hey, man, tell us about all the folks that help you out there in the 55 car, and congratulations on a great run tonight.
I got to thank Weekend Warriors, Blake Cannon for helping me with setups. Me and him work a lot on these, and Cinematics, IDA, and Colby's Eye Paints for this good-looking car. It's, I actually unveiled it last week. I'm racing in the Race for Hope tomorrow night, so hopefully we can pull out a good run in it too.
All right, man. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's Keith Hackney, who will finish in the top spot here tonight. We tried to get a word with Hunter Wright, but it looks like he has left the premises here, so we won't be able to talk to your second-place finisher, Hunter Wright. But we will get to catch up with third-place finisher Dylan Petty, who is driving the 069 machine tonight. Dylan, tell us about your run. You had a pretty active night in the top 5 most of the night tonight.
Yeah, it was a good night for me. I don't know about points. I'm not really up there in them too much, but it was a good run for me. I'll take it.
You tell us about your run. You started 6th tonight. You ended up 3rd, and like I said, you kind of run top 5 for most of the night tonight. We talked to Keith about the track conditions tonight. Just how slick was it out there by the time feature came around?
It was pretty slick, but being a real-life driver, I kind of like the slick track. Kind of like you were saying with Keith, it separates the men from the boys, and it brings the drivers out instead of setups. Anybody can set a car up to be fast, but if you can't drive it, you're not going to go nowhere. So I kind of enjoyed it. I'm glad that we went with a slick track tonight instead of hammer down like normal.
You mentioned that you race on the weekends too. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, we're actually looking at building an IMCA stock car. I sold out of an IMCA modified here a few years back, so I've been going and helping some friends of mine. So that's kind of my weekend warrior business. Is I'm a pit man.
What's your home track?
Grayson County Speedway.
Awesome, man. Well, you did a great job here tonight, and before we get you out of here, I want to give you a chance to talk about any folks or teammates or sponsors, anything that you'd like to mention to help you get to a third-place run tonight.
I'd like to thank my teammate Corey Whitworth for the awesome setups, man. Him and I worked day and night on these setups to make these cars fast, and it was perfect tonight. My wife and kid for not bothering me while I'm racing and letting me do this thing. It's pretty fun. My team, Southern Sim Racing, is the team I race for. So without all them guys on the team, I probably wouldn't still be doing this. I'd have probably gave up a while back.
Pass along a nice run to Corey tonight. I know he had some tough luck there at the end, but he had a great run tonight too.
Yeah, he definitely did. We were trying to get up there and battle with Keith a little harder, and it looked like he may have gotten in the wall, and then Hunter Wright just really didn't have nowhere to go in that ordeal.
And in that deal there, I mean, boy, once you get over the edge, there's not a lot of room for error when the track is as slick as it is, and you're trying to run that outside line. There's not a lot of room for error.
Most definitely, the cushion on iRacing is probably as bad as realistic as I think they can get it for now. It's definitely you live or die by the cushion if you're going to run it.
Well, great job tonight, and it was great to catch up with you here after the race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Dylan Petty finishes in position number 3 tonight. And that's our coverage tonight from the Knoxville Raceway. We thank you for joining us. Be sure to visit our website, hdirl.com. We have got racing for you 7 days a week here at the Hammer Down iRacing League. Everything from UMP modifieds to 360, 410 sprint cars, USAC wingless sprint cars, dirt street stocks, late models, you name it, we got it here at the Hammer Down iRacing League. We appreciate you joining tonight's coverage. Brought to you by Hammer Down TV, Turn 5 Media, the Grit Racing Series, and Excalibur Engines. For Rob and Cindy Bellinger and the entire admin staff and all the folks that make it happen here with the Hammer Down iRacing League, my name is Steve Evans saying thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night, Tuesday night, for the 360 Sprint Cars.